I can say with confidence that someone has tried to break into your Facebook account and someone has tried to log into your email. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but as soon as you put something on the internet, it's no longer private. It doesn't matter how secure your internet settings are, you are vulnerable to identity theft. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Kozer, and I'm an information security student at Craven Community College. And I'm going to take a couple minutes to tell you about identity theft and the vulnerabilities of weak passwords. I'm also going to offer you some advice as to easy steps you can take to secure your data and to make more complex passwords so you do not fall victim to identity theft. Far too often, you see people posting pictures of themselves passed out drunk at a bar, or making inappropriate posts, inappropriate political posts, or checking in to their favorite hangout spot. Although you may think your information is private, it's actually recruiting firms, social engineers, and internet trolls can use your information against you in order to deny you a job, steal your identity, or just to annoy you. In a 2013 study conducted by Marketo, an online marketing company, of the 1 billion monthly active Facebook users, 13 million have never accessed their privacy settings. Additionally, 28% of all the Facebook users have their wall posts available to the public. Although time is ticking down to when a hacker could be trying to access your account, there are a couple steps you can take to secure your identity and to avoid such occurrences. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a bunch of other social media, well, actually all other social media websites, all require a certain amount of information in order to log in or to recover your account. Such information includes a name, email, a login name, and a password. However, there's additional information that people add just because it's optional, but they add it just because they think there's no value to it. Information such as their street address, dates of birth, names of relatives, home phone number, cell phone number, stuff like that. There are several easy steps that you can take in order to protect that info. Firstly, you can check out the account settings page. There's a bunch, it's highly underused, and there's a bunch of great settings on there that you can use to lower your target, if you know what I mean. You can also don't include whereabouts in your posts, such as where you're eating, where you're going, and limit the people who can see your personal profile. A good rule of thumb is if you don't know the person personally, they shouldn't have access to your personal information. How many of you have ever used the word password or 123456 as a password? Congratulations! You have officially used the world's worst password. And according to the password management firm Splashdata. But there's hope for you. It's okay. As simple as it may seem, a password could be your last line of defense when it comes to somebody getting into your account and possibly stealing your information. Many people choose weak passwords because they're easy to remember and because they don't see the value. They think that when hackers are trying to access their account that they're just guessing, but instead they're using password discovery tools, applications, and which takes your password and compares it to a list of millions of other passwords that happens real fast. Millions of passwords every couple seconds. Instead of any password can be broken in varying amounts of time. That's why it's important to make your password complex and also to change it regularly. A strong password consists of 10 or more characters, which includes upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters like hyphens, exclamation points, @signs, and so on. Although the weakest passwords are based on dictionary words, but if you need to use a dictionary word in order to remember your password, try substituting out some letters with special characters, such as like an A could be an @ or an S could be a money sign. Although most hacking software is smart enough to realize these substitutions, it might buy a little more time in the event of a password attack. Paul Gill, a computer technology instructor and frequent columnist of About.com, describes an easy way to create and remember passwords. And the first step is to take the first letter of each word in a commonly used phrase that you'll be able to remember easily. In this case, we'll use can't see the forest, can't see the trees from the can't see the forest through the trees. That's it. Okay. The next step is you want to lengthen the phrase, and the easiest way to do that is to take the website that you're subscribing to. So in this case, we're using gmail.com. The next step is you want to make some substitutions and scramble it up a little bit to make it a little more complex. Here we added an @ for the A and an exclamation point for the I. We also added some caps. Every other one will work. And the result of this password right here, it has 294 quadrillion possible password combinations and would take over 6 months to crack. The best way to check if your password is complex enough is to run it through a password analysis tool software, which you can find on the internet if you just do a Google search. They're free, most of them at least, and you can just plug in your password and it'll tell you how complex it is and how long it could take to crack. In conclusion, we're living in an age where we pay our bills, conduct business, and communicate with our friends throughout the globe. The fact that the importance of securing your information should be a top priority. The fact that hackers are working day to day to steal your identity seems like an exaggeration, but it's a real truth that we all should recognize. But by limiting your social media, the end. See ya.